Hello, everyone. This is Realtor Linda Peltz. Today I'm here with Billy, and he's going to tell you all about his business. Take it away, Billy.
Thank you, Linda. I love catching up with you and about your story and how you become a successful realtor, but more importantly, a successful human being and a mother, and just inspired by you. So I'm honored to be here with your tribe and your crew. And yeah, I'm what I call a real estate agent. Imagine air quotes around real estate, not real estate, but a real state, a state of being. And I call that state of being living in the present moment. So helping lots of folks buy property, sell property, rent property. I just living in that state that's not so focused on the outcome or the stress of the business. I think most people get caught up in our world, our industry, and any industry for that matter, of just the fear of it not happening, or just the fear of the process, or fear of outcomes not happening. I've just learned living in that state. I call it the real state. The real estate is that which never changes. So you think about Linda as a 5-year-old little girl, not one cell in your body is the same. It's changed. So that the only thing that has not changed about you, the real part of you, is your soul, is the energy field of your body, your soul. And that's the part that's the real estate. So I connect the spiritual aspect to my real estate business and helping people go through this process without all the stress and the overwhelming anxiety of buying a property, selling a property, renting a property. I love being of service to people from that place. And it's changed my life and their life by just living from that precept.
Well, I think a lot of times it's just the matter of earning their trust and letting you do the heavy lifting and take some of that stress off of them. But with that being said, they have to trust you and realize we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you and uplift you in life and help you get into your home or help you sell your home. But there again, that all boils down to you got to relinquish hold as a buyer or as a seller and let us do what we know the market. Let us do what's best for you to get you what you need. So I think that's really important.
Well, coming from a place of service is really, I think, the best realtors and real estate professionals. Real estate advisors come from a place of how can I serve, not what's in it for me, not coming from a place of ego,
Mhm.
coming from a place of service. And I think that's we're all here on this planet to be of service to one another. So, but how wonderful and blessed are we to be real estate agents or real estate agents, because I just love what we do. I love this profession. I feel blessed to be part of this community.
Now, one thing I think you should mention is you are in Santa Barbara and you're there to help all your clients up in the area and different things. So everybody can get a hold of you and maybe pick your brain a little bit. I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to I don't necessarily always get paid, but I'm a wealth of knowledge and I'm on the phone constantly. I assume you probably are too. And I'm constantly, you know, talking people off ledges or helping them guide along. And sometimes they're already in a transaction. And sometimes they just, there again, want to boil it down to, am I doing the right thing? And are they trying to help me versus, whoever they're working with. So I do run realtor work, real estate work for, a full-time job, and I'm on the phone a lot, but a lot of times in our industry, we're not necessarily getting paid for our knowledge. So I assume it's kind of the same way up in your area.
Well, the wonderful thing about coming from a service mindset where you think, how can I pay it forward? How
Mm-hmm.
can I be of service to you? If you come from that mindset, like you're always here to give, and you're always here to be of service from your highest and best self and giving your best self to them in whatever situation. I find that happens to me constantly, but I never in my life think, okay, what's in it for me? How can I serve? And then if you live from that place, I call it paying it
Exactly.
forward. When you live from that place, I mean, you avalanches of abundance will come, deals will come, buyers, listings, opportunities will come to you when you come from that place, which I call just being out of ego. EGO is an acronym I learned. EGO, edging God out. So when you live out of that ego, great things happen to you. And I'm always happy to be of service and answer questions for anybody, because I find that they're in my life for a reason. And more often than not, it will turn into some wonderful windfall or a deal that I never really, planned on. The Bible says, don't let the left hand know what your right hand is doing. So if you're coming from that place of service, look out, the abundance is on its way.
Very nice. That's a good way to look at it. And it is a very service-oriented profession. And really, that's what most of us are here for, is just to be of service and give our wealth of information that we've learned over the years on getting them situated in either selling their home or buying a home. And I do think it's super important that you pay your own mortgage and you start building that equity. I know we have a lot of renters nowadays, but it's like you're still paying somebody's mortgage. Wouldn't it be nice if it was yours?
No, to know the dream, to live the dream, to be a property owner is one of it's the biggest purchase, as you know, that most of our clients are going to make in their entire life, is to own that home. But yes, the way living in California, I mean, we live in one of the greatest cities in the world, one of the states in the world. There's so much value in our beautiful weather. Weather is one of the most expensive commodities in real estate, isn't it? You look at
Hmm.
house prices in finer weather neighborhoods and regions and states, our prices are increasing because a lot of folks understand the value of that wonderful golden sunshine.
Definitely. I think California is a wonderful place. And I know our homes are definitely increasing in pricing in our location, which is the Central Valley. And then I'm sure yours are too up in your area and Santa Barbara area.
Yep, Santa Barbara has been on an increased tear, if you will, for the last 12 years. Lots of increases. We haven't, there's usually that 7-year cycle they say in sales. We're like 2 years in, or 2 cycles in without any decreasing of value. It's just appreciation has been pretty consistent. But once again, I always tie back value to weather. Weather is the most expensive commodity in real estate. If you look at
So
prices,
true.
and
Well,
we're lucky in
location,
Santa
location,
Barbara.
location.
It's that old adage, and it's always true. It's always
Yeah.
true. But if you don't live in a sunny, sunshiny area, if you've got 4 seasons or tough weather, there's always those gems. If you come from a place in any real estate profession, that's why I love calling it a real estate agent. It takes the stress out of it, takes the outcome and the worry out of it. If you are called to this profession to be a real estate agent, if you come from that place of service, the deals will find you. If you come from a place of just paying it forward, of giving kind information and service to people, you won't have to chase the deals. The deals will chase you. And that's been my experience in this profession for the last 20 years.
It is. It is so rewarding, and I love helping everybody. I definitely think I am more of a service-minded mindset, like you were talking about, because I do have a tendency to, uh, I don't mind stepping out and helping them understand whatever it is maybe they already have going on. I know I just did a evaluation of a transaction that was going on. He just wasn't real clear on it, and he just kind of worried he was being taken advantage of. And he sent me all the information, and it did. It took me, couple 3 hours to go through all the information he sent me just to send him, my evaluation of where he might run into, downfalls along the way, and in the future. So he was quite happy with that. But that call came off of, it was interesting because that call came off, he wanted to know what real estate attorney he could use. And I'm like, well, you want a real estate attorney or you want a realtor? So, I mean, you know, so anyway, he's like, no, I want a real estate attorney. So I gave him the name of that. And then he called me back and he says, well, can you evaluate this situation? He says, I just want to make sure I'm not getting taken advantage of. So we get all kinds of calls. At least I do. It's kind of amazing. And then their best, I think the funniest one is when's the best time to buy? Well, right now, because, I mean,
When
or it
would
was
now be
10
a good
years
time?
ago, but right now is the only time you have. So get
Amen.
into something.
You're speaking my language, Linda. When would now be a good time? Actually, I wrote a book called The NOW-IST in 2018 that teaches people how to live in the present moment as a way of life. To live as a real estate agent, there's a chapter called Becoming a Real Estate Agent, which talks about not so much being a real estate agent, it's about living in that present moment awareness and how to get out of the stress and the overwhelm of your past traumas. So it's a spiritual teaching that I put out in the world, and I continually teach it and do live events. We're currently making a feature-length film about some of the concepts in the book. So I'm just, once again, how can
Oh,
you
how
serve people?
exciting is that? Yeah. Talk about getting your face out there.
Well, it's really comes from a place of, once again, back to service. How can I serve? Not what's in it for me. If you go to billymandarino.com, or if you go to fornowfilm.com, both point back to the book, the movie. There's a trailer there. There's a way that you can even make a cameo in our movie if you're interested. But it's all about how can we serve people in this world. And once again, our profession is about being of service. Most people say, you guys make a lot of money being of service. But the reality is, in whatever profession you're doing, if you can come from a place where you've got to love what you do and you do it from a place of service, not what's in it for me, what's in it for you always shows up. The problem
Sure.
is most people live the reverse. They're thinking, oh, I want to get something from this, or I'm going to work hard and I expect to get paid. And you just
Hmm.
have to change your mindset. And that's what our book is largely about, changing the way you look at things. So the things you look at change, to coin a phrase from Dr. Wayne Dyer, a great spiritual teacher in his own right.
Well, my understanding too is you're a property manager. So why don't you give us some contact information for all that? And maybe somebody out there in the Santa Barbara area could use some help.
Well, if you go to Mandarino Properties, my last name, mandarinoproperties.com, that's our real estate website for property management. And then, of course, I'm a realtor with Compass here in Montecito. So I love being a realtor. I'm kind of two branches of one real estate tree. One is property management, the other one is sales. But at the end of the day, it's all how can I serve people in this community I love so much. I fell in love with my wife and Santa Barbara at the same time 32 years ago. And I just feel like it's a gift every day I get to live here and be here.
Very nice. Now, do you have a phone number that you'd like to be contacted on, or would you just like them
You
to
know,
go through the website?
if you go straight to my website, if you're looking for real estate, mandarinoproperties.com or billymandarino.com, if you want to find out what I'm really about, what my overarching service mission is, you can check out both websites. But billymandarino.com will teach you, or I kind of treat you to some of the teachings I have about how to get out of stress, overwhelm, anxiety, how to live in the present moment and to create your life the way you want it.
Very nice. Well, it was wonderful getting to know you a little bit, Billy, and hearing all about your service work. And it does kind of, bring joy to my heart because I feel like we're a lot in the same place. So that's wonderful.
Amen. I really admire you, Linda, meeting you and hearing your story before we went on air. You are an amazing light in this world. And so I recommend you for people that are looking for a heartfelt, heart-centered agent to help provide them the service that they really need in this wonderful market that we're in that sometimes can be challenging. You need somebody like Linda to help you out.
Thank you very much. Everybody, this is Realtor Linda Peltz. My license number is 01997670. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next one. And make sure you like our channels so that you can get more of these fun little coffee talks. Have a great day.
Thanks, Linda.